Hey, what's up everyone? It's Kellen with Haunted by Waters, and today I'm actually bringing you a tip off the water. We are here in my garage for many of you that have a boat. I'm going to show you a quick little tip on something that you probably don't think about very often, but it's really important to making sure that you actually get to where you want to go, and that's going to be greasing your wheel bearings. Hey, so I want to share a quick story with the audience out there of something that happened to me a few years ago. And the reason that I want to share it with you is to draw awareness to what sometimes can happen if things aren't taken care of from a maintenance standpoint on your gear over time. And then give you the tips and tricks here in this video to tell you how to take care of something and prevent the same thing from happening to you. So story goes, a few years back, I was headed out to go fly fishing on a still water location in Eastern Oregon with my dad. We had about a 5-hour drive in front of us, and we were going right through Central Oregon area. And all of a sudden we realized that the back tires started to make a terrible sound on the boat trailer, enough to where we could hear it up in the rig. And also we started to feel like we were dragging the tires of the boat trailer. So we pulled over, went back and started to check out what was going on. And my dad quickly realized that the wheel bearings on the boat trailer tires had seized up from the heat, essentially causing them to lock because they were grinding together constantly. And the heat amplified that, and it completely locked the tire. And what ultimately how that happens is because the wheel bearings aren't greased over a period of time. And if it's not done consistently, that grease helps lubricate your wheel bearings to make sure that they're spinning and rotating. So essentially we had boat tires that did not spin, and obviously we couldn't keep heading down the road, which was disappointing because we were super excited. You know, the excitement of heading out on a fishing trip, and you've got all these visions of what your trip's going to look like, and then out of nowhere something goes wrong. So we spent probably the next 4 hours in a small town in rural Oregon trying to figure out from a mechanic shop what could be done to go and fix the problem. And eventually we got it fixed, and they took it in and diagnosed the issue, and got us back out on the road. But it derailed us for about 4 hours. So I don't want that to happen to you. I certainly don't want that happening on our trip again. So I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks that can keep your maintenance done regularly and keep you on the road safely and get you to your destination so that you can hit the water and get fishing. So enjoy. So not something that I want to have happen to me or to anybody else that owns a boat. So I'm going to show you a quick how-to on how to grease your wheel bearings. First thing to remember, this should be done once a year or every 3,000 to 4,000 miles. But obviously you don't have an odometer pulling a trailer. So good rule of thumb is just to do this once every year to grease your wheel bearings. Check it out. Tools needed. If you don't have a grease gun, go and grab an easy grease gun from Home Depot. They're 30, 40 bucks. And then inside there is your can of grease that you can buy separately. For this, I bought a marine grease or a lithium grease that's specifically made for boat trailer tires. But you can find those at Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon, anywhere else. Step one, there should be a small rubber fitting. For me, I have a 2021 Clockcraft Big Eddy boat. So my wheel grease bearing tube is right here on the outside. It should say easy. Grab a napkin or something because it does get all over your fingers with some of the grease from the wheel fittings. So grab a napkin, and then the first thing you're going to do is there's this little rubber tube guard on the outside of your wheel bearing. Go ahead and pull that out. And then as the camera zooms in, you guys can see some of the remnants from the grease. That was initially probably put in there when I bought the trailer almost 3 years ago. So I'm way overdue for this. I'm 3 years into this process without greasing it. So it probably is going to take a healthy amount of grease. So you're going to take the fitting end of your grease gun,
and you're gonna square it up with the end of that fitting, and it should latch right on. Some of them might also be twist worthy, but it should latch straight on. And then I'm just gonna engage the handle, and it's gonna start to release that grease into that wheel bearing. So if you zoom the camera in again, you will start to see that some of that grease is starting to come out, some of that maroon grease, which means that the blue grease that I'm pushing in the back is filling up the back. So this thing was pretty hungry and it's taking a lot of grease. So I'm gonna keep pumping it, and you're gonna start to see that maroon grease start to come out. And once that does, you know that you are full. Go ahead and wiggle and pull your fitting back out. Grab your rubber tube cap, place back on, nice and snug. And then we'll grab a napkin and wipe that off, and then that's it. So, save yourself a lot of time and hassle. Don't put yourself in a position where your wheel bearing seize up, whether it's the heat. It does happen. So, quick and easy way to grease your wheel bearings. Thanks.